Welcome back to Game Room Theater, everyone. In this video, I'm going to be going to the other side of the room to talk about this beautiful thing right here, the BenQ V7050i. Just beautifully executed picture quality with the lights on or off, and I'm going to demonstrate why this might just be the projector for you. Before I get into any specs on the 7050i from BenQ and why I've got this one versus some of the others, let me just show you guys with your own eyes what this video quality looks like on this. I am literally inches from the screen and you start seeing some pixel structure, but this is about, I'd say about 3 or 4 feet away, and just stunning contrast ratio and colors. And keep in mind, guys, I have some ambient lighting to deal with. You know, the lights aren't fully out. Unlike my theater, as you guys have seen in previous videos, very different technology that's here. This screen needs a completely darkened room. So I'll be getting into what kind of screen that is and how this is made it up. But first, let me go over and turn the lights on and show you guys what it looks like. All right, I'm pointed at the screen. And let me turn all of the lights on now. Check this out. It made barely a difference. I don't know if you caught that, but let me do it all over again. Lights off. Lights on. So, you know, try that with a standard projector. Almost impossible to get these kinds of results. I'll just leave the lights on and then you guys can see, you know, minimal hit on contrast ratio. This is a very powerful projector. Once again, I'll go through the specs a little bit later when I'm giving you a close-up of the projector, but just want to get through some of the basics, guys. This is about 1.5 feet from the edge of the wall, as you can see, and if you have ambient lighting to deal with, oftentimes people don't realize that they can get a UST projector. And what is a UST projector? It's an ultra short throw projector, which is typically nowadays laser, and it points up and it just sits inches from the screen. So if you guys have seen some of my viral videos on TikTok and Instagram, most people just assume this guy's got a 100 or 120 inch TV sitting in the back of the room. You know, that's what the assumption is with the lights on, to have such a bright and vibrant picture. But it's always been this, and they just assume the way this looks so clean, it actually looks like just a speaker. Literally, it looks like a speaker. Like the finish in the front is almost this this mesh material, and it actually looks like a speaker. The magic of the BenQ V7050i is the fact that it is actually mated with a CLR screen, a ambient light rejecting screen. So what's going on is, you see those lights that are hitting the screen? That screen is rejecting the lights that are coming down from this angle and only reflecting light from the bottom. As you can see, the projector sitting at the bottom. Here's the laser that's shooting out. I'll go through some of the details a little bit later. You know, it's got some natural protection for your eyes. Those are sensors there that will completely kill the laser if it senses anyone near it. So I'm far away enough, but anyway, as you can see, these pot lights are directly hitting the screen and nothing's happening. It's nighttime now, otherwise I would have shown you with the sunlight hitting from there as well, and what ends up happening to the picture quality, which is almost nothing. So the way this ambient light rejecting screen works with a ultra short throw projector, that's what I highly recommend you get if you're contemplating getting the 7050i. This is what the screen material is. So pretend that the projector is sitting down here, and this is your screen. So this is what the projector sees. You need a light color to reflect light back at you, and that's why it's light here. However, keep looking at this, and let me go on the other side of the screen. And that's the screen material I've got there. So I've got my pot lights here. Those pot lights are casting down and hitting the screen. And it's black on this side. It's absorbing all the light. So let me go back to the other side again. And as you can see, reflective all over again. And that's exactly the magic that works there. But of course, you do need a decent 4K laser projector, and this is all of that. So I'll go through some of the specs, and again, why you would consider in 2023 getting a 4K laser TV versus getting a 100-inch TV, which is still, look it up, it's ridiculous, I know, $20,000 to $25,000 is what a 100-inch TV costs. But you know, there's no replacement for size. If you want a big screen, this is the way to do it. So when you first power on the projector, the sliding dust cover is actually motorized and it just opens up. It looks really neat. As you can see, the menus are nicely organized and laid out, very reminiscent of every other BenQ, so it's familiar to me. And picture modes, you've got several, interestingly enough, DCI-P3 there as well. And you can always do additional calibration and fine-tune. You've got full control over the picture, how HDR is reproduced. I found HDR to be excellent. The reproduction on this is convincing indeed. Let's talk about the design and build quality of this projector. It's compact, lightweight, and it's got a sleek look to it. The build quality is top-notch, and it's got a solid feel and durable construction. As you can see, it doesn't actually even look like a projector. People have just assumed that this was a center channel that was sitting there, and they're very surprised to learn that it is a projector that's projecting the image with decent sound quality built right into it. I actually just placed it on a similar colored box that I had, and it actually looks fine, and I'm leaving it as is. So around the back you get a couple of HDMI 2.0B ports. One has got audio return with ARC, and you've got a USB slot along with a RS-232 and SPDIF for optical out. Now let's talk about the image quality. The V7050i has a brightness of 4000 lumens and a high contrast ratio, which means you'll get bright and vivid colors that really pop on the screen. The picture quality is sharp and clear, and you won't have any issues with color accuracy. I do watch a lot of sports on this, but if you did want to use it as a versatile projector to watch movies as well, I'm flicking the lights on and off here, and you guys can see that it does take a little bit of a hit on contrast, but with the lights off, it's that much better. Typically when you're going to be watching a movie, if you have some light control, that's what I recommend, but if you have no choice, it's perfectly serviceable picture quality. So here's the remote that the Android TV USB stick comes with. And once I've done the settings, this is the original remote, whole bunch of fine tuning and things, but I've actually put this remote away because the other Android remote actually controls the volume and turns the projector on and off. So if you don't have to fine tune, you don't have to touch the original remote again. So with the Android TV USB stick, I found it to be extremely versatile. It's installed a whole bunch of programs, and it's played everything that I've thrown at it. Unfortunately, Netflix does not come built in. There are ways to get it, but I won't be getting into that here. Now, this projector isn't necessarily designed for gaming. It does have high input lag, but if you're playing RPG games or simulation, non-competitive online games, I do find it highly rewarding. You know, when you're playing on an immersive, very large scale, you feel like you're in the game. So there is no replacement for size really, but once again, if you're playing competitively online, there's just too much lag. But for everything else, it is actually a rewarding experience. Anyway, back in my theater room, as you can see, I'm running multiple projectors, including the BenQ X3000i gaming projector sitting in the back of the room. But again, this is a light-controlled room. I have the lights obviously on in here, but look at the outside. So with 4000 lumens, look at this dark image with two pot lights hitting the screen directly, and it's just resilient. It just displays the image beautifully. So anyway, guys, please do check out my Instagram, which is Game Room Theater, along with my TikTok. I go live often and engage with my followers. and there'll be more and more content coming this year, guys. I've got a lot of big changes planned and a lot more DIY videos coming up. So I appreciate the subscription here, and stay tuned, guys, for more things coming.